Elements or components of business environment. The business environment is divided into two major components: internal environment and external environment. External environment is further divided into micro environment and macro environment. Let's see what is internal environment. Internal environment refers to all the factors within an organization which affect its functioning. These factors are generally regarded as controllable, that is, the organization can alter or modify such factors. The internal factors refer to the internal strengths of the organization, which consist of financial, physical, human, and technological resources. So all the resources which are within the control of the business organization are known as internal environment. Let's see the components of internal environment. First, employees. Employees hired by the business refers to the major internal factor that works inside the business. It has a significant impact on organization's capability and capacity to implement its strategies. It can be controlled by the business. Employees differ in skill, knowledge, morality, attitude, etc. When managers and employees have difference in goals and beliefs, that time conflict may arise. The task of management is to divide the work properly and assign the work to the suitable employees and handle the conflict. Shareholders. Shareholders contribute to the owner's capital of the company. Shareholders have the right of ownership, management, and voting right. The actual management of the organization is carried out by elected representatives of shareholders who are jointly known as Board of Directors. Board of Directors play the major role of formation of objectives, policies, strategies of the organization, as well as they look after the implementation of the strategies. Organizational structure and culture. An organization refers to a group of all individuals working in different capacities and the practices and cultures they follow. Organization structure refers to the arrangement of various facilities, pattern of relationship among the departments, authority and responsibility and communication within the organization. It also includes specialization and span of control. That is, the specialization within the organization in terms of the functions like production, finance, marketing, etc. Span of control will be the superior-subordinate relationship. Organization structure refers to the set of values that help the members to understand what organization stands for, how it works, what standards it considers, and the cultural values of business. It helps in directing the activities of the business. Financial capability. Financial capability factors relate to the availability, usage, and management of funds. Some of the important elements of financial capability of an organization are sources of funds, uses of funds, and management of funds. Sources of funds is related to the capital structure, procurement of capital, financial pattern, working capital, borrowings, reserves, surplus. Uses of funds is related to the capital investment, fixed asset acquisition, current assets, loans and advances, and distribution of dividend. Management of funds is related to financial accounting, budgeting, management control, financial health, return and risk management, cost reduction and control, tax planning and control. Fifth, marketing capability. Marketing capability is related to pricing, promotion, and distribution of products or services. Besides that, all these activities have to be properly integrated so as to achieve the desired results. So, product involves variety, product differentiation, quality, and positioning and packaging. Price is related to pricing decisions, that is, pricing objectives, policies. Promotion is related to promotions such as sales promotion, advertising, public relations, personal selling. Distribution is related to the distribution systems, channels of distribution such as wholesaler, retailer. So all these activities have to be properly integrated in the form of marketing integration, which takes care of marketing mix and marketing information system in order to achieve a desired company image. Operations capability. Operations capability is related to the production of goods and services, raw materials, and supplier management. So the elements are production system, operation and control, and research and development. Production system takes care of capacity, location of the factory, layout of the factory, the work system, and degree of automation, that is the use of machines. Operation and control system involves production planning, material supply, inventory, cost and quality control, maintenance system, and procedure. Research and development takes care of personnel, facilities, product development, patents, level of technology used, technological collaborations, joint ventures, etc. General management capability. General management capability is related to the integration, coordination, and direction of all major functions of management towards common goals of the organization. The main components are general management system and the general managers. General management system takes care of strategic management system, that is a management system which is operated as per mission, purpose, objectives, strategy formulation, implementation, evaluation, system, management information system. General managers take care of orientations, risk propensity, values, norms, personal goals, competence, capacity for work, and track record. Let's move to the external environment. The external environment consists of all the factors which provide opportunities or pose threats to an organization. The external environment consists of factors which are uncontrollable, and firms have to adapt to this environment. Firms adjust internal environment with the external environment to take advantage of the environmental opportunities and struggle against environmental threats. The external environment consists of microenvironment and macroenvironment. Let's see microenvironment in detail. The microenvironment consists of factors in the company's immediate environment, that is which are very close to the organization. These factors affect the company's ability to serve the customers. Micro external factors have an important effect on the performance and business operations of a firm. Some of the components of microenvironment are customers. Customers are the backbone of a company and the very reason for the company's existence. A company can have different types of customers like household, producers, retailers, government, and foreign buyers. The primary task for any business is to attract and retain customers. This is to ensure long-term profitability and existence of the firm in the market. Therefore, the needs, preferences, taste, and desires of the customers should be monitored. Also, such trends should be forecasted so that necessary corrections are done to the products and services. This will result in increasing customer demand, satisfaction, and loyal customers. Suppliers. Suppliers are the ones who supply raw materials and components and machines to the company. The suppliers should be reliable and should coordinate with the company to fulfill the consumer's expectation. If the suppliers are reliable, there is no need to keep heavy inventory stocks. Maintaining heavy inventory increases the risk of obsolescence and damage and also blocks the working capital of the company. Firms should remain aware of the policies of suppliers as increase in prices of inputs will affect their sales and profits. Shortage of supplies also affect the production schedules. Firms should have more than one supplier so that change in policies of one supplier does not affect their production schedules. Marketing intermediary. Marketing intermediaries are the middlemen who form part of the distribution channel and help reach the product to the ultimate consumer. Intermediaries include agents and brokers who facilitate the contact between buyers and sellers to get a certain commission. They facilitate distribution of the goods from the center of production to the various centers of consumption. They are the links that help to promote, sell, and distribute the products to final consumers. The number of middlemen involved depends on the length of the distribution chain and type of distribution system adopted by the company. Competitors are other business entities that manufacture similar products and compete with a company for resources, market share, and turnover. They can play a major role in making or damaging the fortunes of any company. Competition should be managed well. The firm should constantly watch competitors' policies in order to adjust their policies to gain customer confidence. A study of the competitive scenario is essential for the marketer to identify threats from the competition. Public. A public is any group that has an actual or potential interest in any organization. Public can promote or demote companies' efforts to serve the market. The term public consists of financial public, such as banks, financial institutions. It also consists of media public, such as newspapers, radio, television. In addition, government public, customer organizations, local public, such as a neighborhood or community residents, and the general public, that is buyers at large. The next category of external environment is macro environment. The macro environment consists of all the factors that provide opportunities and threats to firms. This is largely uncontrollable, and therefore firms have to adjust their operations to these environmental factors. It has broader dimensions than the micro environment. The macro environment influences the growth and structure of any business to a very high extent. The components. First, economic environment. The economic environment consists of economic forces related to the areas of production and distribution of wealth. It indicates the condition of the economy in which the business organization operates. It has continuous impact on the business. The economic environment affects decisions related to allocation of resources, that is, what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. Then nature of technology, techniques of production, timing of production, and so on. The economic environment constitutes industrial production, agriculture, infrastructure, investment, national income, price level, monetary and fiscal policy, population, business cycle, economic policy, financial facilities, and so on. Business person must have constant watch on economic environment. Political and legal environment. The political and legal environment consists of factors related to the management of public affairs and their impact on business of an organization. It is defined as rules and regulations determined by the government which should be complied by the business. Business should not violate any of the rules and regulations of the government. Business should also avoid unfair trade practices and should provide essential information about the business to the government. Also, business should adhere to the government laws that regulate the conduct of business. Such laws are related to investment, finance, standard of product, packaging, promotion, payment of wages, foreign currency, payment of taxes, advertising standards, etc. Therefore, businessmen should be conscious of the political environment that the organization faces. Socio-cultural environment. The socio-cultural environment represents a society and culture of a place where the business operates. That is, the values, culture, beliefs, norms, and ethics of the society are covered here. These beliefs and values mold the attitude of the people and help business enterprises determine the buying habits, buying capacities, taste, preference of the people. Accordingly, business undertakes its production and marketing activities. The socio-cultural environment is also related to the social responsibility of the business, such as protection of environment against pollution, providing employment opportunities to the local community, healthcare facilities, resorting to fair trade practices, selling goods and services at reasonable rate. Besides this, firms should also support the social and cultural values of the society by encouraging fine art projects, sports, donations, to educational, religious and charitable institutions, counseling centers, vocational and technical training centers, etc. Technological environment. Technological environment relates to the factors related to the knowledge, materials, machines used in the production of goods and services. This affects the business of an organization. Technological environment is most dynamic of all environmental factors. That is, it keeps on changing as technology advances. Business firms should update their operations with latest technology. They have to make huge investment in acquiring the latest know-how, collaborating with technological advanced firms, and entering into franchising agreements with famous brands. Non-upgrading of firm will render the firm outdated and the firm has to struggle to survive the competitive environment. Demographic environment. The demographic environment deals with composition and characteristics of population of a place where business operates or where business intends to sell its goods and services. This population is characterized by age, gender, income, growth rate, language, religion, etc. The factors affect the production, marketing, and other activities of the firm. In case of age, we have different products such as infant, teenagers, middle-aged, and old-aged. Then, different products are manufactured for females and males as their preferences and uses are different. According to religion, the type of articles used differ from religion to religion. In case of geographical distribution, the demand for the product depends on the living standards, culture prevailing. In case of educational level, the demand varies from branded goods to cheaper rate goods depending on the level of education. In case of population size, goods may be produced with labor-intensive techniques if the population is large in size, in which case the goods may not be standardized. In other case, the goods may be of standard quality if they are produced with capital-intensive technique. Therefore, businesses have to consider these aspects in detail before planning strategies. Natural environment. The natural environment consists of renewable and non-renewable resources used in the production process. The renewable resources are air, water, and solar energy. These are the resources which can be replenished or restocked, even if they are over. Non-renewable resources are the ones which cannot be replenished. They are oil, coal, wood, etc. Although renewable resources can be replenished, firms exploit these resources by dumping industrial and chemical waste in water and polluting the air. This affects the ozone layer. It also affects food supply, which can be harmful on consumption. Renewable resources should be used wisely so that rate of consumption does not exceed the rate of replenishment. The environment damage done to water, earth, and air caused by industrial activity of mankind can be harmful for future generations. Business enterprises should use its resources wisely and adopt methods to restrict environmental pollution. Government has enforced legislative measures to protect the natural environment, which should be complied by the business. International environment. An international business environment is the surrounding in which international companies run their businesses. It affects the businesses that are into export and import, licensing, franchising, joint ventures, and foreign direct investment. It is multi-dimensional environment and includes political risk, cultural differences, exchange risk, social and cultural aspects, technology, legal and taxation issues. Thus, it is mandatory for firms to work on these factors in order to survive and fight competition in international business operations. Changing dimensions of business environment. A business enterprise is an open system and continuously interacts with its environment. Business environment covers many dimensions that affect a company's activities and performance. Interaction between business and environment is in various ways, such as exchange of information, resources, influence, and power. The business environment is dynamic and ever evolving. Let's see some points which highlight the changing dimensions of business environment. In short, we are going to see all the external and internal factors of business environment and how they change and evolve. Changing government policies. The fiscal and monetary policy of the government have a deep impact on the business activities. The monetary policy involves increasing and decreasing interest rates in the country. Through this, the government can effectively slow or speed up the growth within the country. The monetary policy also involves selling and purchasing country's currency in the open market. Through this, government can change how much investment flows into the country and out of the country. The fiscal policy is related to the public revenue and public expenditure. Public revenue is in the form of collection of taxes. Public expenditure is related to the investment into education, healthcare, infrastructure. The government may either increase or decrease the spending in order to increase employment and stabilize prices. Changes in market structure and competition. Supply and demand for products and services creates a push-pull pattern in prices. Changes in supply or demand lead to changes in prices. If demand increases and supply decreases, prices will rise. If supply increases and demand decreases, prices will fall. Business speculation and expected future. Speculation and expectation are integral part of business environment. Consumers, investors, and government have different views about the future of the economy and types of actions to be taken in future. The future actions depend on current plans and activities undertaken. This shapes both current and future trends. Also, it is very important to predict the behavior of customers and society. Accordingly, businesses have to make expectations of future trends and accordingly develop products and forecast prices. The prediction of consumer behavior and strategy formulation is a challenge for the management of any business organization. Changes in taste preferences and consumer attitudes. Consumer behavior is very complex and dynamic. Changing consumer behavior is a big challenge in sustainable growth of the business. Changing consumer behavior is an obstacle in the growth of business because it leads to heavy losses due to obsolete stock of the organization. Consumer personalities differ across borders and also between and within regions. Taste, behavior, and preference of consumers cannot be ignored because consumers are the kings of the market. Therefore, the business should design marketing strategies to beat cutthroat competition. Only those organizations which formulate and implement consumer-oriented marketing strategies can survive in global competitive era. Changes in pattern of foreign investment and international trade. Changes in FDI patterns are intended to reduce the inflow of investment in new companies and mergers and acquisition scenario in the country. This can affect startups in the country. Reduction in FDI can give opportunities to the local business to excel in the sector, but it can reduce foreign earnings. Increase in FDI can contribute to technological advancement and help in acquiring global market share, but it can damage the domestic industry. The flow of funds between countries affects the strength of a country's economy and its currency. The more money moves out of the country, the weaker the country's economy and currency. This is in case of imports. In case of export of goods and services to foreign countries, more money enters the country. This money can be reinvested and can stimulate the business and capital in the country. Changing technology. Rapid developments in technology affect productivity of business. Technology is dynamic and changes continuously. New advancements are seen in sectors such as automobile, infrastructure, etc. This leads to the development of country's economy. Businesses should continuously monitor the technological trends and should make available funds required to buy the latest know-how, machines, techniques, etc. Firms should not be rigid in replacing obsolete and outdated technology with the latest technology. External shocks. Economic shocks are sudden events in the business environment that can either badly affect the business or it can benefit the business. That is, it can affect the business positively or negatively. Since markets and industries are connected in the economy, large shocks can have detrimental impact on the economy. It is important to focus on the negative shocks to take measures to correct the economy. Some of the negative shocks that can badly affect the business are natural disasters such as hurricanes, floods, major earthquakes, man-made events like wars, terrorist activities, crash in the stock market or domestic currency, contagious epidemics and pandemics such as COVID-19.